Hello, this is JC from Real and Simulated Wars. Today, we go World War II Stalingrad. A bit late, but I just wanted to make sure to absorb all the new stuff and, how the game plays for this new release from Matrix Games. The author of this game is Brian Kelly. You know him from his previous title, WEGO World War II Desert War. There is a strong participation by John Duquette, who both of them are now very well-known persons in the computer wargaming world, and they need no further introduction. So this game, of course, is about the battle in Stalingrad. It's a very, popular topic in World War II, and just the purpose of this video is to show you how the game plays. There is a lot of content, and there is a significant amount of time that you can spend playing this beautiful game. So right now, what I'm going to do, just to show you, I'm gonna play against the computer. You can have the computer play against itself, which is very interesting to see. And when it comes to battles per se or scenarios per se, there is a high variety of them, going from the approaches to Stalingrad, the encirclement of the German forces, and the battle for Stalingrad itself. There is plenty of content here. Don't get fooled by the scenario duration, because some of these scenarios are really very intense. But I don't want to make this like a very long video, so I'm just going to show you how the game plays. And for that, I'm going to show you what is considered the tutorial. And fear not, I'm not going to be reading the tutorial to you. I just want to share to get you to feel how the game plays. So I'm gonna be playing as the Axis, and I'm gonna be commanding a Panzer division, which is a great topic to speak about, division tactics and whatnot. So I'm gonna start it, and there you go. So I'm not gonna read this because I already played this, and I have dealt with the tutorial myself. So right now, what I'm going to do, it is just show you the basics. So in this scenario, we have a division basically, which is the 14th Panzer Division. You can see on the lower right the unit description. The war game itself is pretty much a traditional. There is a couple of things that may look different if you're new, like you can select the units only after you press and after you click F. Otherwise you hover, and the information panel right there on the right follows very briefly upon hovering. But if you want to get it fixed, you press the keyword F, and you will get the description there, the amount of troops, the amount of armored vehicles, and the amount of gun tubes that you have in that specific X. So right now, in green, it is the deployment area, which is something that I like in war games. Having that flexibility, or that feature where you can deploy your troops based on the tactics that you're going to be using. And I'm gonna be pursuing this objective, who is Kotelnikovsky, which is right at the bottom. You see I am highlighting it on and off. There's a single objective. It is this town all the way down, and pretty much on the west of the Aksai River. And it's a pretty simple objective, and the amount of troops is quite limited. It's just one division, so I'm not going to fall into the trap of having deployments look like very extended for a division. Keep in mind, each X is 2.5 kilometers, so there is a significant amount of terrain to cover if you want to maneuver in this area right there. I don't feel that my division is fit. I don't know. I don't have previous intelligence of what the enemy forces are, but well, mostly because I didn't read the damn briefing, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do, the way I'm going to be presenting myself to battle, it is to approach as soon as I can, to show up at Kotelnikovsky and keep myself pretty much west of the Aksai River. And to do that, I'm going to need to protect this bridge, which could be an enemy approach. The enemy is coming from this area, so that could be a risk. As you can see, my supply is coming from that X on the top left, so I want to keep my lines of communications open. So I need to keep this town over there pretty much clear, and there is a lot of bridges over there too, which is certainly makes it a very important point to have. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to deploy these guys. These are recon units. This is a motorcycle battalion, and this is a reconnaissance battalion, which is great. I haven't used one of those in a long time, and I'm really excited to have it. So the plan of battle, it is to make a rush to Kotelnikovsky. I'm going to be leading with the motorcycle battalion to recon as they go, pretty much. I hope there is no already Soviet troops over there, but it's going to be pretty much a movement to contact. I'm going to try to develop the situation and to keep this bridge under our control. I will place one of these panzer battalions right there in the bridge area, and I'm going to not screen, but keep the reconnaissance battalion in this area. The reconnaissance battalion has quite a very nice reconnaissance radius, and hopefully with that and with the use of air-based or air units, I can keep an eye on the enemy and come into contact as soon as I can. You have to always remember, if you're not in contact, there is always danger. So try to play your scenarios in that way. It's not going to be a problem with this particular game. I can assure you that the scenarios look pretty intense right from the beginning. And something else that I want to show you that I think is really cool and very simple to use. It's so intuitive once you get the interface nailed down. It is to use this bridge unit, this engineer unit, to make a secondary crossing here in the area of this town. And just for shows, I don't believe this is needed, but I'm gonna have all my motorized infantry units around there. I'm gonna stack them right there with where is the other one? There is another one that I am missing. This one, I'm gonna put it there, and the main thrust is gonna be with my panzer battalions and these mechanized battalion 2. I'm gonna be just rushing south to Kotelnikovsky. So let's deploy the troops into that fashion. I'm gonna keep the headquarter unit very, very, very close. I'm gonna have my support units. I'm stacking good. I want to have my fire support units. I want to leave one here, and I'm going to have my combat engineers right there. And remember, in this game it's very important to keep your lines of communications open, and that means basically supply, which is coming from here. The supply system in this game is very simple but very elegant. Simple in the sense that you don't need to have a PhD in logistics to manage it. There is no, as the manual, I am quoting the manual, there is no bean counting here. So it's simplified, but it has enough meat to make you feel that you need to care for that, which is very, very cool. And again, you know, it speaks volumes about design. And well, I tend to digress when I fall into this, but mainly because I'm old. But it is very important to keep in mind that the war game is not only the pretty icons moving out and the big explosions, but also the design, what the designer wants to achieve. And there we go, I'm digressing again. So another important part of this game, as you may have known from the previous one, it is to use your support assets, that they come mainly as air units. So air units can provide recon, attack capabilities, and transport capabilities. In this case, transport is very useful, and it played a very important role in Stalingrad because supplies were kind of difficult to get into the front and to isolated units. So that plays a very important role in other scenarios, not in this one in particular, and I don't believe it's even activated. But you know, these are the type of things that you can do, and I'm gonna try to keep an eye on the enemy. This is I'm gonna just place these binoculars here, which means that I'm putting a recon mission. As you can see, the button has become green, indicating that you have used everything that you have there. You can also have, well, that was for the Desert War game. You can have naval units to provide fire support, and also you have command bonuses or command support that you can apply to certain units if they are within the lines of communications. More of that is going to come later. So this is just the deployment, and I'm going to press the move button. Oh, the tutorial has, you know, everything that the tutorial should have. It's not very interactive, but it's very descriptive, and it allows you to move forward into your first game or your first campaign if you choose so. So pretty useful stuff there. So I am just using my my arrow keys to move around, because somehow my scrolling is getting a bit lousy because I have so many windows open. And well, let's get into it. So first thing, this is a WEGO game, which means you plot your movements, and then your counterpart or the other side plots its movements, and both moves, both plans are executed together. And pretty much like if you remember Combat Mission or the previous game from from Brian Kelly, World War II Desert War. Whatever you have played before, that's the way it is. If you haven't played something on this is very elegant, and it adds like an additional layer of realism. Not in the sense that this is a minute-by-minute simulation, but in the sense that you know, both sides are constrained, and you know, certain things like action points and all that type of stuff, tends to go away, even when they are represented into each counter, but they become less and less relevant, and the thing ends up being more intuitive in the sense of what you plan. So, for instance, I'm going to take my motorcycle battalion, which is a recon unit, and I'm going to tell them to move all the way to Kotelnikovskiv. And to do that, you simply grab the unit and drag it. And now this is where the confusion starts for many people. Let me drop the volume a little bit because it's becoming a problem. I don't want to have the same problem that I have in my previous video for gravity. So if you hover into the unit, you will see that it's a planned move. It doesn't mean that at this particular point this unit it is right there. It means that you have just planned to move it there. So when you're starting, you can use a special tool right here, which it is Shift M to plot the move. Just kind of a reminder that the unit is not there. But you know, over time you will become accustomed to this, and you will know, you can read between the lines. You can also make them transparent. There is a lot of different combinations that you can use. In particular, during my first forays with World War II Desert War, I found it very useful to have all the movements planned and, you know, stuck over there, which is, you know, pretty useful if you're starting. And that's pretty much it for this unit. One thing that I wanted to show you, it is that this move, or the way that units move, can be kind of controlled using this button over here, which tells that you can issue a move and attack, which means upon contact attack, or just move and defend. If the unit finds something, just, you know, do not attack it and defend against it. And then there is this road movement modifier for, it's not a modifier, it's an order. Basically use roads to go from the starting point all the way to the destination, which is all super great. But in addition to the increased capabilities of the recon units, and big applause here to Brian Kelly for, you know, giving recon units the advantage of doing that. I mean, many war games do it, but it's kind of, you have to be proactive. Like, I don't know, John Tiller games or war game design group games, you have to use your recon points, and it becomes like, you know, one more click. These units can detect over more access than the other regular units. So that is great. I absolutely love it. But what I love the most, it is this thing. Let me show you. It is the letter O, and I'm gonna take the movement order. This thing, those are modifiers for what the unit is to do if attacked. So in this case, this indicates that all these units have a defend order. If attacked, defend. It can be cycled into different things, like for instance, if you hover over it, you can instruct them to defend to all costs, like the double bracket, or you can order it, and I love this, and it's particularly useful for recon units, because, you know, recon units, they they're supposed to withdraw. I mean, if they face impossible odds, don't stay there and get destroyed, move the hell out of it. And they have the mobility and they have the training to do that. And in war games, sometimes it's very, very difficult and very frustrating to get, you know, your motorcycle battalion pretty much ambushed by a sucker, you know, armor enemy unit and destroyed into oblivion just because, you know, the turn-based system doesn't allow for anything else than attack, defend, get destroyed. That's it. Even when there is withdrawal and there is all that type of thing. In this case, it's very direct, and I have issued this unit that order of, if you're attacked, just stay out of the way, try to withdraw. I really and absolutely subscribe to this. And well, I'm gonna, in the case of the other reconnaissance battalion, I'm gonna move it right there, kind of screening, but not really screening, because screening is a big word, but trying to keep an eye of what is coming towards this bridge, if anything. And that is going to be covered by this this particular battalion, which is from the 36th Panzer Regiment. I believe this is the 3rd battalion. Oh yeah, on the right, almost to the bottom, you can see that. So I'm gonna keep that guy over there. I mean, this battalion has 53 tanks, as you can see in the overall description on the top of it. So pretty cool over there. And well, let's put back this, and this shows the plot. And this is one thing that, you know, gets a bit ugly, which is that you know, the arrows, the moves are kind of they superimpose themselves, and is, you know, they tend to become like a, for more complex scenarios, they become like a tangled, you know, spaghetti plate. So I mean, that's why I try to not use it, but just for demonstrations, I'm gonna keep them right here. So everything else in the division is gonna be moving towards this fire support, I believe. And we have the combat engineers, or the pioneers, and we have the division headquarters, and we have the corps headquarters. And well, that's pretty much the destination. And we have an option that you can show the units at the start or the end, and you can even make them transparent. You can have both, like at the beginning of the start and at the end, with a ghosted version of the unit, which is, you know, sometimes it gets a bit confusing for some players, but that's entirely okay. What about our bridge in this town over here? So to have bridge in operations, what you need to do is right click, and you will see, by the way, because there are many ways to get the interface to work with you, what we're going to do, it is after that right click, you can select from here, and look at this. This is a pontoon bridge, and we have instructed this unit to create a bridge from which all the other mechanized units are going to be crossing. That is really very cool. I like the graphics, you know, very indicative. Even when sometimes the interface plays you tricks, like, you know, you have to navigate this. Once you get it, it's pretty straightforward. So no problems there. We still have assets that we can use, and I'm gonna be using them right now. So remember, this is to cycle start, end, start, end. Remember that when you have the end, it is just wishful thinking, and if you want a quick reminder if it is the start or the end, you can just hover over it, and you will see the arrow there indicating that it is, you know, a planet move. And remember, planet moves in WEGO are just wishful thinking. We don't know if there is some enemy unit over there that may be stopping this reconnaissance unit to move all the way down. So just keep an eye on that and be careful. All right, so we have some support assets. We have this reconnaissance mission that we already plotted. We have this attack, 3 attack options, fighters, bombers, and bombers too, but we don't have any enemy units, so we're not in contact yet, so we cannot use it. So I'm gonna exit this, and then we have things that, or support features that are coming from the headquarters unit, and they relate to intel, command, logistics, and special events. So the first one, main effort, we're going to give it to that unit, just an honorary Schwerpunta. I don't think that, you know, a reconnaissance unit deserves the main effort accolade, but who knows? I mean, circumstances may vary. And remember to read the description, because it relates to combat more or less, and we instructed this unit to, you know, keep out of trouble if something happens. And tank infantry coordination is very useful when you are on the attack or the defense and you have infantry and tank units. I'm gonna just give it to this stack over there. Right now it means nothing because we have no planet attacks or anything like that. And that's pretty much it. Remember, when you're done issuing those commands, the button turns green. This one is yellow because we have some attacks that we didn't use, but we can't, basically. So we're going to have to live with that. And that's pretty much it. This is an advisory telling you that, well, you have these support missions that you are not using. Do you want to move forward? Answer is yes. And we're moving into the next turn. And here it comes. So that's another thing that may surprise or catch you unprepared for, and that is this particular option, this feature, which is the so-called film, which is basically what happened. And you have a control here which you can play as a, you know, type of BCR. It is not a continuous movement, it is on pulses. And what I do, I just forward into different steps, moving forward, 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 and you see how units have started to move, and they move forward, so on and so on. If you want to go back, you can just press this, but in general, you know, nothing pretty much is gonna happen. Look at the reconnaissance units moving forward, and once you're done, you say yes. You can revise this as many times as you want. And well, the tutorial continues to be on the way. So the bridge is not ready yet, so we'll continue to use our units, continue kind of a maneuver. So this 3rd Battalion of the 36th Panzer Regiment is going to stay at the bridge. We're going to go a bit deeper into enemy territory with our reconnaissance unit. We're going to make it move like 10 kilometers inside the enemy territory, and we're going to step foot with our motorcycle battalion into Kotelnikovskiv. We're going to plot that movement. Remember, this is a plotted move if you want to see it. This looks pretty cool, but as these arrows pile up, become a bit more complicated. So, oh, I wanted to show you this, and let me see if it works. You see, the reach that this unit has, it is based on fuel, and basically it is a range that it has based on the supplies that it has at hand. Of course, units get resupplied using a chain of command, if you will, that goes from here to corps, to division, and then to the individual units. To see if something it is within reach, you can use the R key while hovering into the corps, and this means that the command radius of the corps can reach all these places potentially. In the case of the division, you will see that it's more limited, and you see that this unit is already out of the command radius, and cannot receive supply. It doesn't matter that much right now because, well, you know, there is no combat or anticipated combat right now. So there, well, right now the unit is here, but of course something may happen here on the way to here, and we'll have to live with that. But once we have that, what I wanted to show you, it is again coming to the radius that the unit has, where you can see can go all the way down, go like pretty much 70% to Kotelnikovsky. What you can do, it is you can assign this unit, and if I remember correctly, which battalion is this one? Forgot to. This is the 2nd battalion. So what I'm going to do, so this is the supply interface, by the way. So I'm gonna grab the 2nd battalion, this one right here, and I'm gonna give it some extra supplies. 15 more supplies. You can increase their combat capability using you know, by sending them extra ammunition, as shown here. This is ammo and this is fuel, but in this case what I want to do is give them extra fuel, and that it did already happen. And if you see right now, you see the range that they have. Wow, that's awesome. So I spent a lot of fuel in this unit, and but I believe it was worth, because now I can get it to arrive into destination, or try to arrive into destination with better odds. So this one right here, they pretty much don't have no issues. because of the renewed fuel that I have given to them. And note that everybody's moving happily with this supply boost. Then of course you need to plot your attack missions, reconnaissance missions, etc., etc. There is nothing to attack, unfortunately. And what else? Oh, of course, command. I'm gonna give them the main effort. Now I'm in it. And tank infantry coordination, I'm gonna give it to them. I'm gonna exit. And I'm going to proceed to the next turn. This photo is a bit disturbing. I don't know why this guy has his thing in the mouth. And how are these guys using their triggers with this handwear? Anyway, here's the film. Let's see what happened during the turn. Units moving. Oh, such a relief. Kotelnikovsky was found unoccupied. And so on. We're going to proceed to the next. Tutorials still in the way. And that's pretty much it. So now we're in turn 3 of 10. So the best is still to come. So let's go and analyze what is going on here. So the first thing that I want to do, it is to take out the, when you hover into an X or a unit, shows this X info. Oh, it's still there. This is just for the panel. Zones of control. Well, I don't know where is that, but it's really bugging me because it takes so much real estate, and I don't think I need it. Oh, these are the physical modifiers. This is lines of communication. Where it is? Well, I will have to live with it. If anybody knows, just comment. All right, so I have this Panzer division here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move it to protect this crossing right there, and then I'm gonna use our motorcycle battalion to move towards the unprotected east flank right there. Could be great if we can cut off the enemy from their supply, but I don't think that is gonna fly. The range is right now right there, so I wonder if I give them some extra supply, what is gonna happen. So let's just find the motorcycle battalion right there, and I'm gonna give them oh, I see what is going on here. So I am actually giving it to the mechanized division. So I'm emphasizing move for the whole organization. So everybody's gonna have like an increased range. So I'm gonna move these guys on the south flank. Get panzers here. Fire support units there. Anti-tank unit there. Combat engineers here. Fire support there. And our headquarters to move over there. These guys, I'm gonna keep cycling them in the hopes of catching them up. And now our breach is complete. So let's use it. So I'm gonna take the the motorized infantry, and I'm gonna plot a move all the way down to the main combat area. So probably I'm gonna have them, at least some of them, to protect the southeastern flank, which is, I hope it doesn't become hot. So I'm gonna leave this breach open based on what I see for, well, yeah, Corps is so good at maintaining supply that it's gonna be okay, but one must not forget that they have to keep in touch with this unit. And as you can see, I am losing kind of lines of communications with this Panzer battalion and also with our reconnaissance battalion, but that's okay, I suppose. And let's assign some recon to reinforce the mission of this one. Attack I cannot use, I'm sorry. So I'm going to give the main effort to the defense of the city, and I'm going to give tank infantry coordination to the defense of the city. And we're going to be moving forward. That guy, he seems so happy. He seems like having a party, like anyway. Okay, let's watch the film. Contact. Well, not contact, but I can see something. Looks like this air recon mission is finally worked out. Okay, so let's see. Let's rewind a little bit. First thing I want to show you, it is the motorized infantry right there crossing the bridge. Beautiful. And second, we have everybody in position now for a defense of Kotelnikovsky, which is our main objective. Pretty cool. So our motorcycle battalion is in place, and that's pretty much it. So the enemy is coming with a brigade. I wouldn't worry too much because these brigades are, you know, kind of weak. There is an anti-tank unit, and there is a brigade. What is that? A headquarters? Hold on a second. Tank brigade. It's anti-tank unit. Headquarters for a brigade. Okay. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna exit and move into the next phase. I have to remember, and I actually forgot to give the right orders to this unit, to every unit. So reconnaissance units, I want them to pull out as soon as they get into any type of trouble. So I'm gonna press the O key to change that. All the other ones on the defense, which is good. And now I need to move these, prepare like a line of defense for these guys. I'm gonna make not a strong point, but I'm gonna keep my artillery units right there. This one is without fire support, and I feel bad about that. If the enemy walks me here, I am very ill prepared. But you know, the push of the enemy in the south is quite strong, so I don't know. Let's hope for the best. And what else? Oh, yeah. So we're going to transition our entire division. We're going to give them extra combat supply, because problem is coming, and we're going to slowly move our reconnaissance battalion right there. So artillery is a very important part in direct fire support. So to use that, you have to hover over a fire support unit and press, I believe it is R for the range, and you can cycle between the active units, which are generally units that do not have moved, like kind of, you know, are in a position area or something like that, ready to provide support, and you can attack, you know, plan artillery strike against an enemy unit. But you can also do something like this, which is basically protect this unit during its defense. So that's exactly what I'm going to do for this one. So I have, these are not as many tubes as one would wish. These are basically, how many tubes? Well, it's not telling me. 8 guns. That's weak. And this one is not ready because I actually, you know, it's moving. It is in the, it's gonna be moving. So all right, let's use some support units. Let's keep an eye now on that road junction for the recon, air recon, and let's attack some enemy units. I'm gonna be using fighters to attack this, and I'm gonna be using my bombers to attack this and this, and this is gonna be our first combat action. Everything is ready for the next turn, and again, main effort is gonna be the units in the city and tank infantry coordination for the units in the city. Moving, proceed to the next turn, and here's our film or tape or whatever you call it. What happened? Air attack. Air attack. Wow, look at this. What is this? Oh, the tank brigade. They crossed the bridge. I didn't see that. Yeah, fog of war sucks sometime. So they crossed the bridge and they're getting ready for the defense. And that's pretty much it. It's now a night turn, and there are units who are ready for night operations, and you can highlight them or filter them out. These are basically this combat engineer unit and the reconnaissance units. And wow, I forgot to mention, look at this. We have significant armor contact on the north, just when you need it. Okay, anyway, so this is getting interesting. We're halfway through the scenario. I wonder what these guys want to do. I probably should, now that I see this, I should have developed the situation a bit more completely before planning for the battle like this. But I don't want to lose the main objective. So that's my excuse. That's my story. And I am sticking to it. So, all right. So let's just plan our next move. So first things first, need to change the orders for these guys to withdraw, and then we want to shadow this enemy unit. Let's hope that, you know, by moving in that way we're going to be kind of keeping in contact. So these guys we're going to ask them to move some 10 kilometers to the east, just to see. I have the secret hope to cut the enemy off, but because this attack down here, it doesn't look like a real attack. It looks like a support move, because you have a headquarters and you have a fire support unit, so it doesn't make too much sense. So anyway, let's just do that. Let's plot artillery fire. I'm going to cycle through my available artillery. I'm gonna strike these guys, and I'm going to support these guys because I don't think that anybody's gonna be coming this way. The other thing is very poor reconnaissance pool in the front, but you know, I think it is still worth to know what it's in this southeastern flank. Just say. So we have that unit, and I don't believe I have anything else. Oh, I have this one, of course. So this one, let's support by fire. Let's support this defending unit right there. When it comes to orders, I don't like that I have to change it every turn, but I wish that they would stick, and I am not sure if there is an option to do that. So it is the dead of night, and I hope to make it to the day turn. I don't think the Russians can attack me during the night either, but who knows. Command. Replacements. Okay, I'm going to give in into those. And let's see the supply situation. Yeah, we're pretty much in supply, and the lines of communications are looking normal, if I remember correctly. Yeah, except for the most distant units. But the Corps headquarters is in pretty good shape. So let's hope the night passes over. Okay, we're under attack. That's our fire mission. Then, oh, there is a movement there. I wonder what they are up to. They're bringing all kind of fire support units through the west, which is kind of interesting. There is not too much movement there. And to keep contact, I will have to smartly move these guys. What a dilemma with this, because either way I move, I leave, you know, the north of the south quite exposed, but what would be more risky it is if the enemy approaches through the very north. So I'm gonna have my guys to move right there. I don't know if it is the wisest thing to do, but I will have to. Okay, so before I forget, change the orders for everybody, and then it's pretty much pointless to have these guys here, because there is really not too much of a challenge, and I am tempted to go to the offensive, to be honest. I believe that this entire arrangement is just too defensive. I don't know what to do. Okay. Did you see that? The motorcycle battalion. I'm just kind of moving it. Alright, so I need to go into the offensive. So I'm gonna start moving. I'm gonna reclaim some ground here. I'm gonna have a fire mission against this, kind of to support the movement of these motorized battalions. And defensive fire for them. That's it. So I'm gonna attack this unit. It is now 6 o'clock of the second day, turn 6 out of 10. And I'm having a lot of questions about the enemy. It's like there is not enough effort from myself. I do believe that I wasted a lot of by sending this motorcycle battalion. I do believe that it should be around here in this area. I don't know. I'm just digressing a little bit, kind of debating myself. So let's continue the reconnaissance. I'm gonna have my air eyes roughly around there, and I'm gonna have surprise attack. I'm going to support this, and I'm going to harass or interdict these guys over there. What else? Oh my god, I forgot my command effort. Main effort continues to be this one. Or this one. It's not my main effort. The one in the south here. So now. Tank infantry coordination. Right there. He's partying. That guy is partying. Let's move the tape. Uh-oh, we lost contact with the northern. Our air attack. RT attack. Oh, interesting. They attacked us. They want to cross the bridge, I suppose. I am dying to see what happened there. What? The defender withdrew to reduce casualties? I want to see that. I didn't order those guys. Oh no! They just pull it out. My troops pull it out. Well, the graphics are kind of interfering, but let me zoom so I can show you. They were perfectly fine there. Who moved first? Son of a gun. So I had like my anti-tank and a panzer battalion. So they proceed to attack even after our air attack. The panzers withdrew. And of course my anti-tank unit withdrew. And the enemy occupied the thing. Oh, I wish I could take that overlay out. And they're attacking us. Where did that come from? Oh, they have an infantry brigade now. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, this is so poorly executed. See what happens here, right there. I have my motorized unit advancing, and it bumps into a brigade, which is not too much of a problem. But then tanks appear and they attack us. But surprisingly enough, my unit stayed there, and now it's a kerfuffle of tanks and infantry. Okay, I feel better, but I still feel bad. Better because south of the Aksai River we have some significant action, and I have the troops. I don't know for how long, but I still have them. But I really feel mortified about the failure of this. Now they have a they have a foothold across the river, and I will have to counterattack to take them out. In the meantime, I cut off their supplies, I hope. Jesus, what happened on the north? Well, we have all these tanks over there, which is okay. Enemy units. Wow, this is getting really very exciting now. Okay, so what do we do now? Is it really worth to counterattack? The Germans always had a knack to know when and where to counterattack once, you know, some defensive operation, or let me rephrase that, because they planned to do it that way. I don't believe this is my case because I didn't plan it, but you know, the so-called elastic defense, or whatever you may call it, from Truppenführung. In my case, it was just, they just withdrew, and the counterattack was the important part, and that counterattack had a place and a time, and I don't know how to make that decision right now, because if I wait for the next turn, I mean, it may happen because it's WEGO. The other enemy unit, the one here, is going to move across the bridge, but I can catch him on the move. Holy moly. Anyway, all right, so we do what we have to do. I'm going to counterattack. Yes, sir. Oh, let me show you something before I forget. Battle reports. It turns out that even when you see that the units are kind of big and they have all these, you know, factors moved over there, attack, defend, etc., etc., they have their numbers, and like in a classical war game, actual troops are represented, which you could have deduced by now already by, you know, by having this report on the side: 23 guns, this amount of tanks, and this amount of troops. But when it comes to actual battle, you will see that numbers are being counted, individual counters. So in this case, this was an RT attack, who cares? Meeting battle down there. You see, you have the report, what happened, and what was the battle about, the odds, because this game has CRTs, but it also counting the troops. You see how many men were lost down to the troop. So wow, this was a loss for them, for the Russians. Good job on our troops. But I wanted to show you that because that's very, very important. I want to see now in my shame loss right there. Oh, we didn't lose a single vehicle in this battle, in this engagement. It was a moving attack, probably because of that. I don't remember giving my troops this order, but eventually it is what happened. But you see, they just move it out, no questions asked, get the hell out of there, no losses, not a single vehicle, not a single gun was lost. Incredible. Okay. So now I have to face the shame and counterattack. That's gonna be interesting. So I wish, since there are no losses, what I'm gonna do, it is, I'm going to attack. I'm gonna eliminate this foothold. So I'm gonna choose two panzer battalions. I'm gonna leave my engineers in town. Gosh, this is gonna be... I don't believe I have the odds. Because also what you can do, it is attack and not move. But I'm gonna leave the city unoccupied. This can become a shit show really very, very fast, because the Russians have shown some remarkable mobility. I wish I could be able to know their dispositions a bit better so I can interdict them, but it's not happening. Okay, so I'm gonna choose... How many tanks do I have here? 122 total, so it's like 54. I have to attack with everything I have. I'm gonna have the freaking engineers left. Okay, so you can also modify your attack by using the O key. You see, you have a limited attack, you have attack but do not move forward, which would be something like attack by fire. Cool. And then you have a full attack. I'm gonna go for the full attack because I'm angry. And then I'm gonna have the support of these guys over here, and artillery support. Jesus. Who unit is this? I'm gonna protect this unit with that one, and this one is gonna go over there. Yeah, that's it. Do I have air attack? Oh, recon. I'm just doing such a lousy effort to keep contact. So I believe that, you know, while I have my recon unit up there, I'm gonna have my air recon to take care of this. They're suspiciously near, suspiciously on a road, and I hate it. Let's give them hell. And main effort, no doubt. Tank infantry coordination, no doubt. So what are the odds for this? I could suppose they're pretty good. Okay, so let's continue with our and that's it. That's all the orders that I have. This is gonna be a crucial turn. All right. Give it to me. Okay, that's kind of an interdiction. They lost one tank. Oh, they're bombarding me. 20 guys lost. Oh, they have air units supporting this. I see the Sturmovik over there. Okay, so let's continue. My attack didn't happen? Oh yeah, it did happen, but they held. Oh God. So this attack by the enemy. Oh, we know. It was a bombardment. This is an air attack. This was the bombardment. Ground attack. Oh, they give us a beating. We lost 30 vehicles. They lost only 2 of them? 3. And they have 42. Oh my God, what a beating. What a shame. I'm shocked at this. How this happened? Oh, I had a very bad die roll. That's a 1. Oh my God, 6 guns, 175 men. I'm on the defensive. This is like, you know, oh. Officially defending now. God. And we lost contact with the troops on the... Because I forgot to watch the tape for this particular segment over there. Oh my goodness. I never got a beating so bad while on the attack. Okay. Oh, hold on a second. What I'm doing? I'm so disoriented. I'm dizzy now. It's like I got punched in the face. Wow, dudes. Okay, anyway. I'm on the defensive. This is just horrible. Anyway, okay, all right. There is this is turn number 8. Okay, let's put some eyes on this. Is the enemy down there? Because I'm gonna chase them down. This is awesome. You see, this is just a tutorial and I'm having so much fun. I can assure you that the other scenarios are, you know, more complex, so there is more fun to be had. But you see the type of situations and the type of decisions that this game puts you through without even bothering you with the rules. And you know, sometimes when you're playing a turn-based hexagon game, you're pretty much become a lawyer and the rules and this and that. You just play this as you go. I don't claim I'm a commander, but you know, it's that type of impression that this game gives you. So anyway, I don't believe that I can attack here. I still have a lot of assets, and so I'm gonna just hold it. I feel particularly bothered by this bridgehead that I have over here, and but apparently there is nothing that I can do. I'm not going to grind down my troops, failing to do so, even when everything is in there. The morale is there. Anyway, so interdict until they cannot attack anymore. Okay, so just give it to them. And our bombard. And what else, guys? Oh, main effort. You don't deserve it, but there you go. I give it to you. What else? I wonder what happens. If we attack over there. And orders. Just in case. And this one, well, defend. You're gonna be on the defensive. Yeah. All right. Everything checks. Let's go for turn number 9. Like 9? No, what is turn 8? Of course, resolution of turn 8. Oh, we regained contact. When did that happen? Oh, right at the beginning. We just move it there. I just pressed the play, which means that you don't have to click over everything. Continues. Well, our attack against that artillery unit has Oh, what are these guys doing? Oh, I see. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm just rewinding. I had this reconnaissance battalion moving, and it just came into contact and it attacked it just because it had the good odds, I suppose. No, look at that, 1 to 4. Why they would do that? Probably the move modifier was instructing them to do so, and that has kind of overridden everything. Let's see the results of that battle in a second. Where's this attack? A bombardment. Oh, anti-air. That attack didn't go anywhere. And in this attack, 1 vehicle lost, 2 for them. Sounds a bit off, but that's okay. What about this attack here? Oh, this one we won. They lost their guns and they kind of withdrew, which is pretty much the only successful attack that I conducted into the entire scenario. All right. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I forgot. Oh my god. There is no undo for this. And I just advanced it into turn number 9. Oh no. No, I did not. Okay, so these guys are in contact and they're looking for trouble. So what I should have here, instead of move and attack, it is move and defend. And I should have them with this type of defensive posture. Move and defend, correct. So the arrow changes to a different color. You see it's green, which is basically the modifier for move that we do have. So we're still keeping an eye on this. And this unit, I wonder how it's doing. It's running low on fuel, which you can see over there, but it's not moving and pretty much staying there, which is good. And this tank brigade is still there. I don't know their situation, but they don't look to be moving out. But at least there is something positive, that the enemy doesn't have the capability to conduct any offensive operations right there. So I'm gonna press. Listen to this. I'm gonna press on the defense instead of press on the attack. Lame, but well, you know, I'm hoping to win this scenario. Okay, and everything is so limited. Like the only objective is this one. That, well, I have to. Or should I entertain and just attack? And an all-out attack. I don't know how. To be honest, I'm gonna probably ruin this, but I'm gonna all-out attack. Yeah, that's what I thought. Full attack there. I'm gonna use all my artillery to support this. I'm gonna use all the air support. Oh, it's coming down. So untimely. Now I would need my Stukas. This scenario doesn't have any Stukas. It has only, you know, these sucky tactical bombers that the Germans had. So anyway, recon. I'm gonna be reconning that area right there. I need to keep an eye. And for command and control, main effort, you guys. Tank infantry coordination, you guys. And that's pretty much it. What is happening here, I don't know. In this particular spot right there. I wonder if I can continue attacking them. I couldn't circle them. I don't know. All right. I want to see what this situation with the lines of communication. Yeah, everything appears to be okay. So let's entertain. Oh, we won that one. The honorary engagement win. So let's see what happened. Okay. I have to go back. Yeah, they withdrew. Finally. Oh, but they left the city vacant. Good. And what about the north flank? Pretty much inactive. So let's go to the battle reports. This is the ground attack that I was talking about. Where is this located? Right there. Oh, we got a better roll. 6.2 against 1. We lost 10 men and 2 vehicles. They lost 11 out of 37, so they just became completely under strength. And welcome to the other side of the river. Good. Now it's turn 10 out of 10. So I'm gonna send my engineers, 1 tank battalion. I'm gonna keep the other guys over there, and I'm gonna encircle I hope that these guys are out of fuel and out of everything. I'm just gambling there. There's only 1 turn left. That's the one thing about war games, that, you know, once the turn ends or the scenario ends, you can pretty much do like a crazy last attack and something like that just to win the scenario, but you're left at the end with a very, very, you know, bad situation. So there is no air assets because it's a night turn, and we're going to move into the next turn, which I hope is gonna be uneventful. Victorious! Congratulations! Okay. Oh, what did I do? Oh, this is just the end screen. Victory points going up. About the units, there wasn't too much attrition in this game, which is something that I like. You know, sometimes it's a bit difficult because, you know, it's very difficult to kill a unit, but feels pretty realistic. It's not like, you know, units are lost or completely grind down to a pulp. I really like this. So we had 1 unit. Oh, they had 1 unit that they lost in turn number 9. But that's okay. I suppose it's the artillery unit, and which is, you know, kind of cool. Axis, main supply source, it was kept working fine. The Allies ammo per turn surprisingly going up. And they didn't suffer any interdiction even when I had them. By turn 7, I believe. Kind of very interesting. And now you can run the game from the very start. I'm going to just click through it. So very fluid scenario. It is a tutorial, but I had a lot of fun, and I hope that I showed you how it plays, how it flows, how it feels like. It is really very well designed, and now the change in pace and the density of units has increased for this particular Stalingrad version, so it is a solid win. I am sure that, you know, after seeing a couple of videos, there are plenty of videos from people who are way more capable than me, and you can watch, I mean, you can see there how it plays, and you can make an impression if you're gonna like it or not, if it is your cup of tea. And pretty much I would say this is pretty solid wargaming stuff. A bit less pretty than the Ardennes decisive campaigns, but it has a lot of appeal in the gameplay and the way it plays in your head. You can see now all the enemy moves, and they were a bit in a, they had a lot of resources, they just didn't concentrate their effort, and that's why they got diluted and they couldn't take the objective. So yet again, has many wins when it comes to the representation of the combat flow, and it has many wins when it comes to the command structure. You can switch organizations, you can, you know, pretty much do Kampfgruppes or something like that by using the dynamic order of battle. So it is a very solid offering, and please take a look, and I hope that I helped you to determine if this game is for you or not. Other than that, let's stay gamey, and I will see you around. Thank you very much for watching.